Yo, how I go about clothing. When it comes to clothing, we're gonna start at the fundamentals, the basic premises of like clothing, which is your shoes, bro. Yeah, I mean, like when you're wearing the jet, and but we're gonna start with the basic premises, like the foundation, these shoes, bro. Because of the way like the foot is actually structured is a lot more spread out. Like each toe has its own, each toe can like spread out, kind of like this, kind of like this. And like if you could look at this guy's feet, like you can see space in between each toe. Unlike how, like, conventional sneakers have us, like, they crunch in each toe together in, like, a weird, like, arrow-shaped crunch. That's how most shoes are. Most sneakers, especially, like, basketball shoes, bro, like, most shoes have that arrow shape, like, they crunch you in, like, they keep each toe together, like, uniformed and in line. But typically, how our feet would be, they'd be a lot more, like, flatter, a lot more wider, and they'll have that big old, like, stretch. Like, you see each toe has its own space. As you can see here in these barefoot shoes, each toe has its own space. We have each toe has its own space so we can have that fundamental like our rolling. Like rolling mean like what was it? I just you know, kind of using that as a way to explain it, but like rolling mean like if we like step on like rocks here and there's nothing here, like our feet will like roll over like to compensate. Like our feet will come over here, our toes will come over here and form around it. Or like if these are our toes right here and our foot goes like this, and it's like flat here, flat land right here, but then there's like rocks. That's why right here below our feet will like roll over the rocks and they'll like adjust. Like my knees will know what to do, my ankle will know how to twist, my hips will know how to move. Like from the foundations of my feet, from the foundation of my feet, like they'll send signals to my knees, they'll send signals to my hips, and they'll be like, all right, move like this, twist like this as they curve and as they twist, as they conform, as they roll over different rocks as they climb over, as I put my toes into the freaking walls to climb up them, like as I'm doing whatever it takes as I'm walking over different terrains and things like that. Like my feet will be able to like overcome it and be like, all right, this is how I'm supposed to move, supposed to go like that. Especially when you're in grass. Yeah, I mean, just like freaking number one activities to be out in freaking grass. Sun's outside and have the dogs out, number one activity. But, like, the whole point is, like, having your toes out more, being more barefoot. Obviously, when you're in public, getting barefoot shoes would be the move, either getting barefoot foot shoes or wearing Birkenstocks, because Birkenstocks has, like, a wide, like, toe range, and I personally love, like, just day to day wearing, like, Birkenstocks myself. But, like, I like the toe range, having my toes being able to spread out, even right now, currently, especially wearing toe separators after years of having your toes like this, even if you swap to barefoot, like, it'll still feel like a slab of meat, just like slap, slap every time you're, like, walking, slap, slap, slap. Even if you're barefoot, you just have a slab of meat there. So you need to work on your toes and you need to train them like, all right, we can spread out, we can actually like use our feet like the way they're supposed to be used. They're not slabs of meat. They actually conform and they work to like my environment, my terrain around me. They actually help me and send signals to my knees, to my ankles, to my hips, like, all right, to move like this, move like this. And they actually strengthen them. And my feet can actually be strengthened. And of all the muscles I innovate, they can be strengthened compared to just being a slab of meat that just hits the ground each and every single time I step, bro. So having barefoot shoes actually connects you more to the ground, getting like that ground feeling. And on top of that, actually having like toe space so your toes can actually spread out and conform and work around the things that you're doing. That's freaking great right there, bro. Especially like obviously the ultimate goal is to be barefoot. Barefoot shoes just keep you like lower to the ground and they have you like your toes spread like a nice toe box, a bigger shoe box for your foot to be in there. So you have more movability in your shoes and plus, like socially acceptable. And also being like socially acceptable in the sense obviously, I like Birkenstocks. I have my dogs out because I can easily just kick them off and just walk around barefoot. Or when I'm in a restaurant, bro, I promise you, bro. Like, if you ever catch me in a restaurant wearing Birkenstocks, bro, I'll sit there, I'll freaking kick off my Birkenstocks, like, right here in front of me, bro. And I'll be having my freaking bare feet on the ground. And as soon as the waitress pulls up, as soon as the waitress is walking by, bro, I know she already saw me, but I just have to quickly slap them on and act like I didn't already have them off, bro. It's the funniest thing, bro. Freaking menace to the restaurants, bro. They hate to see me coming, bro. But it's very important, like to be barefoot as long as possible, and whenever you can, and whenever you can be barefoot, like kind of like when you're at the house, when you're just chilling around when you're chilling in the room, when you going outside, just go like whenever you can, bro. Like when it go on for a run. So, you want to obviously, like progress on like how you do it. Like if you just been going barefoot and like wearing sneakers your whole life, if you take your freaking, your one it's low key just one foot and like one big toe, bro. If you low key take your one toe and like decide to transverse the world, obviously, that's great for your feet, that's good for your feet, but at the same time, that can also come, like, you decide to go running on freaking, like, pavement or something like that, that'll definitely, like, tear you up. You gotta condition your feet, you gotta get used to it, just like if everything, just like when you, like, first steps in the gym, you gotta condition and get your feet ready for something like that. But when, like, in leisure time, if you're chilling, if you have your feet barefoot, I'm glad you're barefoot, but now because of all the years you've been wearing sneakers, it's like, all right, I make sure to slap on some toe separators. Like this, I like the sport ones because I can like, do as I please as being in them. It's like more active, not like, oh, so you gotta sit here for a few hours. Cause I like to go throughout my day as I set my toe separator. Like right now, currently I'm literally wearing some freaking black toe separators, bro. It's like little rubbery things, bro. But low-key, you don't know what toe separates are, they are low-key just like rubbery things like toe, 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 toe. And then you just have like a rubber little pivot, rubber pivot, rubber pivot, rubber pivot. It'll separate these toes. Obviously, some toe separators are bigger, smaller, but some of them allow you to put on like shoes and stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend it. I've tried wearing like my toe separators, or at least my toe separator may just be bigger, but like I've tried putting on shoes with toe separators. And because the shoes have that narrow fit to it, and like your feet typically form into it like this, kind of like just being like one foot and they go in, they fit perfectly right. But with toe separators, since your feet are now like going out, like spreading out like how they're supposed to be, like six toes. But now since they're spreading out like they're supposed to be, when they go in there, like they won't be able to, they'll be hitting the sides. Or if they do fit in, they'll be like, all right, one, two, three, four. And then like the fifth one, like the pinky will just be like, it'll be like crunched against the side, bro. It'll just be uncomfortable, bro. Especially, like, just wearing shoes, like, with a narrow fit. You know how it forces your big toe to kinda curve to the left? Like, kinda give your, like and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cur it forces that big toe to curve. It's kinda like ain't that, like, the start of, like, freaking, like, bunions or something like that with, like, the curve? I just started, like, thinking about that randomly now, but, like, that's, like, low-key just giving yourself, like, that bunions and, like, the toe curve out, and then the freaking, like, the bone of the foot, like, the big toe would, like, start coming over here as you have your foot like this. It's freaking messed up, bro. But your feet are the most like underrated aspects. Like making sure to like, of course, like obviously I can't recommend this enough, but like going outside, bro, and having your freaking toes in the grass, bro, is freaking amazing, bro. Like this freaking number one activity, top 10 favorite things to do, bro. Such like a blessed experience, bro, just being out there with the sun, with your feet in the grass, as the least amount of clothes as possible, I'm putting you on, bro, I'm putting you on, bro, the least amount of clothes as freaking possible, bro. Like, take off the shirt, take off the freaking pants, bro, take off the underwear, bro, trust, bro, trust. You don't need no looking clothes when you're going outside. Obviously, take off what you can, but if you can only take off your shirt, bro, do that. If you can only take off your pants, bro, do that. I don't know why you would only be able to take off your pants though, but take off as much clothes as possible. Go out there, and so you don't have to go out there when it's freaking beating rays from like freaking like 10 to 4, like midday like 12 to 1. You don't have to go like crazy when it's hot outside. Like if you can't handle it, if it hurts, like obviously like don't go outside just to like fry your junk. Don't fry yourself, bro. Like go outside, like obviously like when you first wake up, that's like obviously when it's the most important. Like obviously like in the mornings and in like the evenings, getting that morning sunlight and getting that evening sunlight, like both obviously freaking great for your circadian rhythm, great for your mental health, obviously great for just overall well-being and lifestyle. Like this is freaking top 10 favorite activity, bro. Just being out there in the sun. It was like morning time, you just woke up, it's like 8, it's like 9 o'clock. Going outside, bro, from this like time period, sitting out there for dogs in it, bro. For sitting there drinking some freaking watermelon juice too, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Top 10 favorite activity, bro. But yes, but shoes don't like think about your feet, bro. Have them like spread out. Like if you're wearing shoes right now for like no apparent reason, you're just in the house. You shouldn't even be bringing shoes into the house to begin with. You shouldn't even be taking like your shoes, bro, because of all the nasty freaking places you've walked to, and like everywhere you've been. You shouldn't have your shoes actively like out. You should keep them obviously at the freaking front. I keep on saying obviously, right? But it's like, like it took me a while. It took me a while to actually go, oh, you probably should like, keep your shoes at like the front door. And because of all the places I've walked to, like on the bottom of my shoes have like Salmonella, E. coli, have like every freaking random strain. So like I should keep my shoes at the freaking welcome mat, at the start of my house, and I shouldn't like transverse my entire home wearing like freaking diseases inhabited civilizations worth of freaking random parasites and things like that just on the bottom of my shoes. I shouldn't just transverse that down my house. If I did want to continue to wear my shoes, I should get that little mat thing. There's like a little mat, like a sticky mat, and this like sticky mat when you step on it, I have like a freaking rip, and it'll like rip off like all like the parasites and rip off that all your shoes. I'm not sure the pricing of it, but it's like a little mat thing that you can like step on and like and then afterwards, like, your shoes will be, like, stripped of all, like, like, the parasites, stuff like that. At least that's what they say they do, but I can definitely see it, though. I've seen it. I've never seen it personally before, but it'd definitely be interesting, like, to look at if you're like, "Oh, I like wearing my shoes in the house," and, like, it'd be nice to have your shoes, like, constantly being, like, like, waxed, I would say. Like, it's like a personal shoe waxing device, bro. But if you know what I'm talking about, you can look into that. But easiest option is just like, to leave your shoes at the front door. That'd be like the chillest option. But make sure to really think about your feet because it's such an underrated thing to like not think about your feet. Like think about your feet, bro. Like especially like wearing Birkenstocks, I like it because it forced me to like think about my feet, forced me to have them in like a presentable aspect. Because since I'd be out there, I'd be doing sports, I'd be getting active, I'd be doing runs, I'd be freaking kicking the punching bag and stuff like that, bro. Since I'd be out there for real, or at least part time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have, like, between, like, my toes, bro, 3, 4, 5. Between my toes, I'll have, like, blood in this toe, and this toe just be beaten up and half off. Like, I'll have my toes freaking destroyed and wrecked, right? So it's like, all right, now I gotta give myself I'm doing myself pedicure, I'm learning about some more self-care for my toes. Like, it's just overall better quality of life when I can have my toes, like, looking better, looking pristine, feeling pristine. And I used to have a whole bunch of freaking calluses just on, like, the bottom of my foot in, like, a grotesque manner. Like, I kinda gotta clean this up. I got that little screedy thing I do. I got all that junk off me, which is really nice. But when it comes to clothes, with the way clothes are, like we have like to make this simple, polyester, cotton, organic cotton. Like going up the ranks. Cotton is good. Like cotton is like top 10. Any like natural fiber, bamboo, linen, hemp. Like I don't care what the natural fiber is. It's like the natural fiber is here. The organic version's up here with the cotton, bamboo, linen, the hemp, and polyester's just down here. Polyester's just, like, cheaply made, especially when it's like a mixed product and that you don't want polyester. You never want to use polyester. If you don't already know, obviously like polyester can get into your system, bro, especially if you're like sweating and things like that. And polyester is literally meant to like it traps in heat. So if you're wearing like a polyester shirt and you're hitting your freaking workout, you're literally getting like microplastics coming literally with inside you, like inside your sweat pores, bro. You get freaking free PFAs and BPAs, freaking all workout long, bro. All three of these in unison like literally entering throughout your freaking body's pores, bro. If you're wearing like a shirt, or especially if you're wearing the freaking underwear, bro. Like, no. If you're wearing the freaking, yes, this is the freaking underwear, bro. If you're wearing underwear, like polyester underwear, this is like the worst of the worst, bro. Because you're putting it by such a sensitive part of your body, bro. It's actually horrible to wear polyester underwear, bro. I'd rather go freaking commando than wear polyester underwear, bro, and just take the yell off that junk, bro. So make sure if you can, wearing cotton clothes. It's not too hard to find cotton clothes. You can freaking go to your nearest thrift store and just like buy like some random pregnant mom's cotton shirt that says freaking what kicking feeding for two or tacos for two or something like that. I don't really care what type of shirt it is, bro. Just make sure it's like made of cotton, made of linen, made of hemp, made of bamboo. I don't care what it's made out of, bro. Obviously, same with like your. I don't know why I'm saying obviously. It still took me a while to learn this too, bro. But like same with like bed sheets and stuff like that. You want to make sure that your bed sheets are also going to be like cotton. What was it? Bamboo. If you want, you can just sleep on straight bamboo lines, or like linen or whatever, but making sure that they're like at least a natural fiber, even though like cotton and stuff like that, like cotton industry is like a bit dirty. They'll use like pesticides and they could use GMO, like not they could use GMO or not, but either way, but they'll use like pesticides and stuff like that. I think I've heard of using GMO and stuff like that to it, but it doesn't really matter even though, like, you gotta, like, continue to wash them, like, there are ways you can clean them if you put in, like, the washing machine, like, 2 times and, like, soak it in, like baking soda, like, overnight for the very first night when you get the shirt or something like that. Like, there's, like, a little, like, step-by-step routine that you can go through to, like, clean out most of the toxins and stuff like that, that they've, like, prepared and, like, cooked the cotton in and stuff like that. But with, like, polyester, you can't get rid of, like, all the other chemicals and things like that because it's like ingrained into the polyester on such a farther extent when it is like compared to cotton, right? So since it's ingrained into the polyester, you can't get rid of like all the chemicals in there. So you're just continuously, even though you're washing and stuff like that and you're wearing it down, you're still gonna have like the chemicals there or either inside you. So making sure to wear natural fibers is very important when it comes to like, especially like your underwear. Like that is like the most important when it comes to it. And then from there, we can go to like the shorts, we can go to the shirt, we go to the socks. Well, socks is probably like second important, low key, because like, like your shoe, like because your shoes are like coffins and you're having your feet in these coffins 24/7, just like freaking sweat fest. So it's important to like, I would say like order of importance, I would say is underwear, then I'll say socks, I'll say shirt because shirts like it takes up a good bit, and I'll say like shorts to joggers. I mean, I'll say those are like last because you have kind of like the cotton protection layer underneath. Or if you want, if you have a polyester shirt on and you got like waiting for like shipment to come in or whatever for cotton shirts, then wearing like a freaking like wife beater underneath or something to like reduce that skin contact like wearing a white beater underneath should like keep you solid or just going freaking no socks and just like barefooted in the shoe, whatever it takes. But making sure to wear cotton or like natural fibers will be like key. And not wearing polyester will also be freaking delicious, bro. Cause I typically wear cotton, I'll typically wear linen, I don't have any bamboo, but cotton and linen are like my two go-tos. I make sure to really check because sometimes it feel like cotton or it feel like kind of like nicely like if it feels like uncut like real smooth, then just assume it's like polyester or like what's that other fiber called like nylon or like if it's like low key something like that or like what like spandex or something. Make sure just to look it up if you don't know what it means, like, honestly, like, Google it for real. Make sure it's a natural fiber. If it is a natural fiber, that's freaking amazing. So go ahead and slap it on. If it's not a natural fiber, then go ahead and take it off. If you can find organic cotton or organic cotton bed sheets, that's a freaking win right there, bro, because that's like cream of the crop right there compared to polyester. So basically, polyester, layman's terms, polyester sucks. Cotton's amazing, linen's amazing, bamboo is amazing. If you can find it organic, then that's perfect, and make sure to keep on searching. If you are curious about about learning more about like health maxing and stuff like that, bro, check out the description, bro. Health Maxing 101, bro. Officially freaking completed, bro. Health Maxing 101. Check it out if you want to learn more. This is the complete freaking beginner's basics to health maxing, bro. Like, this is the cream of the crop. This is like what you gotta know to like reduce all like the toxins and reduce the freaking BS in your life. And once we reduce it all, then we can go from there from actually improving it, adding things on like red light and things like that. Like we can like our whole goal right now is to reduce and get rid of all the freaking like BS, like the fragrance, like the phthalates, like the PFAs, like the BPAs, like microplastics, like the whole shebang and cleaning out our entire homes, cleaning out our and even making sure like the outside, checking out outside toxins, like when you get into your car on how like don't hotbox with the PFAs, make sure to roll those windows down so you don't have to deal with freaking like breathing in like the microplastics when you get into your own car, like dusting your own freaking home because that's the way like PFAs can travel into you through dust. Like that's like a carrier. Like dust can be a carrier. So make sure to dust your own home. Like we go into the whole thing. Check it out. Top of the description. Health Maxing 101.